Hello and good afternoon. My name is Beverly Thompson, and I'll be conducting this hangout to describe to you what open educational resources are and how useful they can be in the classroom. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up this Prezi for you to look at. So go ahead and start presenting. So open educational resources. So my first question for you as kind of a warm up to get you started with this is, as an educator, have you ever been stuck trying to come up with a lesson or activity to do with your students? Take some time to think about this. If you are with someone watching this, talk about this amongst yourselves. All right, so now think, what do you normally do in this situation? Many of you might have said that you would seek help or to collaborate with your fellow teachers, which is great. But what if I told you that you don't have to limit yourself just to the ideas from the teachers and within your school? Open educational resources allow you to communicate and collaborate with teachers all around the world. This is an example of using open educational resources for finding warm-ups to do with your students. So I'll bring up this. So this is the link that you can click on to find the activities. You'll see on this page, you'll see a little button that says View Resources. Um, so this will bring you to another website that has different warm-ups that teachers can do with their students on the 100th day of school. And then, as an introduction, the OER website states that open educational resources are teaching, learning, and research resources that reside in the public domain. So these resources are meant to be used by others. OER can be very beneficial for teachers. It can give resources that do not cost the teacher and could be a new way to teach students. This is very important for teachers because they want to find new ways to teach their students to keep them engaged in the lesson, but also while making it not be very expensive for the teachers. Many open educational resources are digital but can also be made in print. This is beneficial for not only the teachers but the students because digital resources are better for some students while print is better for others. So this is a link to the OER website. So if you wanted to click on this link, I could walk you through this. So you come to the opening website and it shows you a Discover tab, a Create tab, and a Connect tab. In the Discover tab, this is where you can find lessons, activities, and other resources. Also in the Discover tab, you can find a refine your search. So you can refine your search. So you can search for a certain subject area or grade level, or even the types of materials that you want to use, such as like games, homework activities, stuff like that. And then in the Create tab, you can post lessons, activities, and link to different resources yourself to share with others. And then in the Connect tab is where you can connect with groups and hubs to see what resources they might be using through the OER. And you can also create groups if you wanted to. And these three tabs are going to be found when you go on this website in the top right-hand corner. So there are a few affordances and challenges with the OER web resources. One benefit is that open educational resources increases student involvement in the classroom. Um, and OER creates social learners and volunteer learners. OER also allows educators to access a wide range of subject areas and tools. So there's no limit to what you could possibly do with your students. There are many different subjects, ideas that you can do within those subjects, and there are definitely tools that you can use. OER provides educators with resources to teach all types of learners, um, whether that be visual learners, aesthetic learners, different. All right. So, a challenge that you might encounter with the OER is that the promotion of self directed OER learning neglects to address the role of pedagogy. So, we're going to move on. So this is a virtual hangout handout that I did. Pretty much what I'm explaining to you now. It's a warm up. Explains where you can find the warm up. I give an introduction on the open educational resources. And then the explicit instructions. So this is pretty much just a handout that I would give to educators to show them um, how we would be how to use the open educational resources and use the website. So, a closing activity that you could do um, if you wanted to after you took a look at the website and you like learn more about open educational resources, I have this Google form that you could fill out, and there's certain questions, so make sure that you pay attention to the tabs that I talked about. um, Paid attention to how to refine a search, just stuff like that, just to give you a heads up for that. And then this is just the references I used. So it's the website, and then some other scholarly peer-reviewed articles that I found that explained open educational resources and the benefits and the critiques that they might have. So. Well, I just hope that you learned a lot, and make sure you take time to answer the questions on the Google form that I had placed on there. So I hope you enjoyed this hangout and you learned a lot to use in your future classroom. Bye.